This section of the course will go through the same 6 types of operators we covered in the previous topic, but instead of working on order of operations, we will cover what these operators do in detail. And we will create building blocks for games to help understand these different types of operators. An assignment is a value attached to a variable, usually with an equal sign. In this 141 assignment code example, we see a variable named score on line 1, and it is assigned a value of 300. This assignment is known as a simple assignment. A compound assignment changes the value of a variable using an arithmetic operator. Take a look at the code on line 3. The score plus equals 10 statement adds 10 to the score and is easier to write than score equals score plus 10. Many programming languages support the compound assignment syntax. One benefit of this syntax is one does not need to type the variable twice, which presents an extra opportunity for a typo and an error. I will run this code, and using the print statement on line 4, we see the current score of 310, which makes sense given that we started with an assignment of 300 to the score variable and then used a compound operator to add 10 to the score. Let's take a moment to test the other common arithmetic operators on this score variable. First, I will copy lines 3 and 4 and paste them 3 times to create room for 3 more assignments. Get into the habit of reusing code snippets as much as possible to ease your code building. Next, I will change the operators to subtraction, multiplication, and division, and the numbers to 20, 5, and 10, so we have some variety. Then I will run this code. 300 plus 10 equals 310. Subtract 20 and you get 290. Multiply by 5 and you get 1450. Divide by 10 and you get 145. The next operator we will look at in this topic is the modulus, which is the remainder of 2 numbers divided by each other. I will copy the code from lines 12 and 13 to lines 15 and 16. Change the operator to the modulus operator, a percent symbol, and change the number to 4. When I rerun this code, the rest of the numbers are the same, and the modulus is 1, since 145 divided by 4 has a remainder of 1. In gaming, a modulus is often used to see if any points are left over once points are spent on items such as coins or whatever people obtain in games. We have 2 more operators remaining: floor division and exponents. Floor division returns an integer for a result without a remainder. On line 18, I will reset the score to 300. Then, on line 19, I will type score / equals 11. The / represents floor division. When I run this code, the result does not show because, and this happens often, we still need a print statement, which I will copy and paste. When I run this code now, the result is 27. As 300 divided by 11 is 27, with a remainder of 3, but again with a floor division operation, only the integer in the result is preserved. The last operator to cover, exponents. Whereas multiplication is done with 1 asterisk, exponents are done with 2 asterisks. I will add the code to raise scores to the power of 2 on line 22, and then print the score on line 23. When I rerun the code, the final result is 729, which is 27 raised to the power of 2, or 27 times 27. One more item of note. If you have multiple assignments in the same statement, the operators are assessed from right to left. In the statement x equals y equals 2, first 2 is assigned to y. And then y, which is now 2, is assigned to x. Or if you have y equals 2, followed by x equals y plus equals 2, then you add 2 to y, which becomes 4. And then 4 is assigned to x. Comparison is the next type of operator to cover. For this example, I have 3 player scores on the first 3 lines of this 142 comparison file. On this first observation, players 1 and 3 have the same score, and player 2 has a higher score. Lines 5 through 7 contain print statements with comparisons. The double equal sign on line 5 is a very important point to notice. Python and other programs use a double equal sign as a comparison to make it distinct from a single equal sign, which is an assignment. To further impress this point, watch what happens when I change this operator to a single equal sign and run the code. We get an error message because you can't assign a variable a value in the middle of a print statement. I will return this to a double equal sign and rerun the code. The code now runs without error, and the first statement is false, as the 2 player scores being evaluated are not equal. Speaking of not equal, Python uses an exclamation point and an equal sign, or what some refer to as a bang, an equal sign, to signify not equal to. I will change the first equal sign to a bang and rerun the code. The first statement is now true. Let's evaluate the second and third statements. Both statements return a value of false. Let's see why. Player 1 and player 3 have identical scores. So player 1's score is not lower. The third statement is false because player 1's score is lower, not higher, than player 2's score. Since we are covering comparisons, we want to make sure we understand the difference between less than and less than or equal to, and greater than and greater than or equal to. Comparisons in programming work just like comparisons in math. As a case in point, I will change the comparison on line 6 from less than to less than or equal to, and rerun the code. The second statement is now true, as player 1 and 3 have the same score. This change reminds me of a fundamental principle in programming, fully understanding what someone wants before writing code. Often people may say, well, I want to know if this is lower than that. But do they mean lower? Or what they want could be the same or lower. That is the difference between something like less than or equal to, as we saw here. In other words, we need to know the true logic someone wants for an app to code the app properly and have the app generate the proper results as demonstrated in this example. Logical operators involve using the keywords and, or, and not to compare 2 or more conditions and then return a true or false. As with many types of operators, the order of operations plays a factor in a result, as we will see in an upcoming example. For this code example, 143 logical, we have a tuple that shows some gases in the periodic table of elements on line 1. On lines 2 and 3, we have variables storing the number of gases and the number of liquids in the table. On lines 5 and 7, we have print statements with logical keywords in use. Let's analyze the statement on line 5. Look for the AND keyword, and then test the logic of the conditions on either side of the keyword. Is sodium in gases? No. Right away, this statement is false, because for an AND statement to be true, both parts of it need to be true. I will run this code, and indeed, this statement is false. Before we move on to the next print statement, let's add the word not in front of the in keyword. Sodium is not a gas, so this part of the statement is true. Let's analyze the other part of the statement. There are fewer liquids than gases, so this expression is also true, and when I rerun the code, this statement is indeed true. Let's now analyze the print statement on line 7. Is hydrogen a gas? Yes. Helium is also a gas. But this statement would be true anyway, because in an or situation, only one side of the expression needs to be true for the or statement to be true. Next, we see an and statement. And the number of liquids is not 4, so this should be false. Yet, when I run this code, this statement is true. Why is that? To know why this statement returns true, we need to understand the order of operations as it pertains to logical statements. Not is always evaluated first. Then, and is evaluated before not. Thus, we evaluated the statement left to right in this case, but this part, helium in gases and number of liquids equaling 4, was evaluated first. That part is false. But then when you evaluate this, with hydrogen being a gas, the statement as a whole becomes true because hydrogen is a gas. And what did we say about an or statement? Only one side of the statement needs to be true for the whole statement to be true. As we will see in the upcoming topic on arithmetic, adding parentheses to any part of a statement can dramatically affect the results of said statement. I will wrap parentheses around the two gases. What do you think the result will be now? This part is true. But the whole expression compared to this and statement should return false because this part is false. And in rerunning the code, the statement as a whole indeed is false. Besides learning about logical operators, we have seen the importance of order of operations and how parentheses can shape the logic of a statement. Not knowing these factors leads to logical errors and lots of frustration as to why code seemingly does not work, even though technically it does work.